Alright, we are so back. And encoding overloaded considered. Okay, well, I mean, whatever, man. I guess it's working now. Yeah, what I was saying is that today's puzzle is apparently not that easy. I have a piece of scrap paper and a pen. I turned on tile notations, so I'm gonna take notes this time. And we have a terminus theme today, which is lovely. Terminus, known to be kind of hard, but I mean, it should be easier than snow coverage, right? We have some Gen 2, which I find interesting. My thought was that this is Portugal, but I'm not actually sure. Because this sign looks Spanish, kind of, with like the thick outline. I guess this could be like Canaries or something. Might explain the Gen 2 and those like flowers. I think these kind of flowers are typical for those islands, but that might be a meta that I'm making up. I thought South Africa. I'm not sure what these bollards are, if they are bollards. I'm just trying to find like some obvious ones. This kind of reminds me of Brazil or something like that. This, well, I mean, I guess that is the end of the road. Very topical. Yeah, I guess this can also be South Africa, right? This to me looks like Mexico or Argentina. This, I guess, could be Spain if we have it, maybe. This could be Argentina, I think. Or Spain. Talk about it later. This can be Spain. This can be Spain. This can be something in Europe. This can be something in Europe. And we're back to the start. Alright. So now I'm not so sure about my South Africa theory anymore. But I mean, is there ever a universe where it's actually like... No, I think it is probably South Africa, which then raises the question, what else is even South Africa here? I think this has a chance of being, but it's Spanish speaking, so it's not there. There is a universe where this is there, I think. But this could also be like... I mean, it could be a lot of things. Countries that came to mind. Turkey, Mexico, Spain in some universe. I do think we have Spain because there are too many locations where I thought they could be Spain. I guess this could theoretically be an Argentina, but I guess it could also be like in Australia or something. So maybe it is Australia, because I was thinking about the possibility of this maybe being Australia, and I thought it was like less likely than South Africa, but I mean, maybe in some universe. I mean, I guess this could also be South Africa, and yeah, like somewhere near the coast in the south or something. Oh, consider it. What could be there? Let's try and find something. This is not there because it's, yeah, this can be Argentina, I think. Yeah, I do think we have Argentina, so that's gonna be another repeat because we fought Argentina like 2 days ago or something. I'm trying to find the fourth one, which is not gonna be that one. It's not gonna be this one. It could theoretically be this one. Maybe in some universe. Maybe I shouldn't start with this one. I thought it would be more distinct. There's gonna be a very like generic European country in here, like with these two, I think. I'm not sure which one. Okay, so where do I start? Do I try and maybe find Argentina? I thought this is certainly Argentina. This can be Argentina. What else did I say could be Argentina? I think there is a universe where this can be Argentina, but like right now, I would like to think that this is in the same group as A2 and D2. What else? There's some universe, but I don't think it's there. I mean, maybe it's just Mexico, but I think this one reminds me more of Argentina than Mexico. There was like another one where I was like, oh yeah, that's Argentina for sure. Which one was it? So now this one I was thinking about, but I think this is probably just Europe. Is what I would like to think. This can be Argentina. Yeah, this is what I was thinking about. But this one honestly reminds me more of Mexico, but I think it could go in that group, and maybe it is just Mexico. And what was the fourth one? Like, this is Europe for sure. This could be Europe. This is Europe. Like, maybe it is this one, but I think that's unlikely. Like, with this, it's never Mexico. It could be Argentina. But I still think this is the same group as this, which could be crazy, but I mean, I don't know. It could mean that I'm crazy. But yeah, anyway. Which one do I want to send with these then? So I don't think I want to use this one just yet. This is never there. No. No. Well, maybe, but I mean, no. Maybe, but probably no. Oh, this one. Oh, of course, that one, yeah. I'm gonna double check. This one, no, no. Maybe, but unlikely, I think. No, 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 no. Yeah, I think I'm feeling good about that group. This one was just staring me at my face. Like, I don't know, man. I just didn't notice it. But yeah, this is like obviously there. Yeah, I think I want to send this. Looks good to me. One away. Okay, which one do I think is incorrect then? Potentially this one, honestly. No, never that. Potentially... maybe this? I do think these three are probably correct. Maybe in some universe this is South Africa, although I highly doubt it. But I don't want to count it out. It could theoretically be there, maybe. Which one do I want to replace then? Or like, what do I want to replace it with? I was thinking about B2. But I think this is wrong. Then again, like, we see the cobbler. We are presumably driving on the right, which makes me think we see the front of the car. Which means that this is never Europe. Right? Can that be right? Because I'm also worried about this one. But I think this is not right. I think this is more likely one of the other two countries that I've mentioned, where I'm still not sure whether it's South Africa or Australia, because this one reminds me more of Australia, honestly, but I think it could be South Africa. Or it could just be Argentina. You know what? I think I might want to try this one. If we're trusting that front of the car theory. I guess it could be South Africa, then it's the back of the car. Or maybe it doesn't really matter anyway, because it's a terminus location. I'm gonna try this. One away. Okay. So at least I should confirm that C1, C2, A3 are correct. I'm gonna write this down. You know what? I'm gonna write both of them down. C1, C2, A3. And what did I send it with? D3? We're one away. And now we have C1, C2, A3, and B2. We're also one away. Now this is some vital information. I guess I'm gonna keep trying with this combination then, because I think there's like very limited options that are left, because like this is never there. I'm still thinking that this one has a chance, but I still think this is probably like Spain or France. Yeah, I don't think this is there, to be honest. So maybe I do just try this one, maybe. What is this one? Let me look at this one again. Because this one is certainly like a Spain or France or something like that. Yeah, I think this one we don't need to worry about. This one we don't need to worry about. This one we know is wrong now. This one we know is wrong. This one I think is extremely unlikely. This one has a chance. This one is never there. Or is it? Never. This is never there. This has like a 1% chance, but I think it's never there. So I think we are realistically only looking at this one, which I think is also wrong. But you never know. I think this is Europe. This one I think is very unlikely. I think on this one I would rather go Mexico than Argentina, but I don't think that's the right continent. And like this one is obviously not there because it's English and the sign, like I guess the kind of yellow sign you would see. Maybe with this sign I'm leaning more Australia on this one. Because I don't think you would see that kind of sign in South Africa. You know what? Let's try and make an Australia group. I do think this has a chance of being Australia. But then we still need a fourth one. And I'm not really sure what that would be, to be honest. So maybe it's not Australia. You know what? Let's group them by continent. So I think this is Europe. So let's count the Europes. This is Europe for sure. I mean, these three are Europe for sure. This one's probably Europe. Then we have 6. Which means we need 2 more Europes, which are probably A4. Oh, B3, obviously. Right? Is that right? So let's do it the other way around, not Europe. A1, A2, A3, B2, C1, C2, D2, D3, is that right? That might be right. So let's try and make a group out of them. Make 2 groups out of them, rather. So we know that, like, these are probably together. Not those. Like, these are probably together. Now we just need to find the 4th one. And we know it's not B2, and we know it's not D3. Which would mean that it kind of has to be A1, is my logic, right? Because I haven't tried that yet. Now it's 2 away. Okay. So that means we have all of the correct ones. That was my stomach, I think. So we have C1 and C2, which are probably together. And then it's like 1 out of A3, D3, and B2. Which means A3 is probably wrong, but that would be very surprising to me. Well, it says something El Paso then, but I mean, I feel like that one kind of has to be correct, right? Because it's Spanish speaking, but maybe that is bait. Like maybe this is bait, because this is also Spanish speaking. I'm like, this kind of has to be that, right? So like, how is C2 wrong? Is this ever like South Africa? I guess it could be. So we're saying C2 is wrong, and we want what? No, but then, yeah, then we would need D3 and B2, right? That is fascinating, but like, I can see it. Wow. Okay. So now I think it is Mexico. All right, cool. Taking notes helps, I guess. Okay, that means we also know the other group, presumably, right? A2, A3, C2, D2. And it's one away. That's never South Africa. This? Where would this even be? You know what? I'm gonna write it down again, just in case. So we had A2, C2, D2, and A3, which were one away. Yeah, I think A3 is probably wrong, and this is just Europe then. Although something's not right about this. Maybe this one is correct, but then which one out of these is wrong? I think it has to be this one. Because we have two European countries, and like, these three are never Europe. I think there is a 1% chance where this is somehow Europe. But I think that is extremely unlikely. I mean, the guardrail probably tells you everything, but what do I know? No, this has to be South Africa, right? So we're taking out A3 for now. And I think the only one... I mean, I think... No, this is probably Canaries though, right? Or something like that. This is never in a million years there. No, right? No, this is like Canaries. Never ever. Very unlikely. Never ever. Let's confirm that. Never ever. Never ever. Right? Yeah. Yeah, I think it has to be that one then. That was 2 away. Interesting. So that means A3 was correct. So I guess it is A2 then. Which was not right. Which I find extremely surprising. Right? Like... I'm gonna write this down. You know what? We have A2, C2, D2, and A4. And they are 2 away. Alright, cool. So I guess I'm gonna try and make like a Spain group or something like that, because I do think this is presumably Spain. Right? Could it be Azores? Maybe actually. What about this one? I think this has a chance. Maybe I want to keep that in the group. This is probably the same group, I think. What if this is like Cape Town or something? Yeah, I can't really see any of the buildings too well, unfortunately. But let's say that is probably Spain. In which case, I do think this is also Spain, because I think this one has to be wrong for the other group. This could be Spain. It reminds me more of France, I think. I think this one is unlikely to be Spain. Like, this almost looks like Germany. Like, obviously it's not Germany, but I mean, yeah, it doesn't look warm enough to be Spain. I think the trees are wrong. This one, you know, this could theoretically be like northern Spain. But like, yeah, this one's kind of nondescript. I think this one could be Spain. Unless we also have a France in here or something. Or in Italy, but I mean the buildings are kind of very similar. Yeah, I think this could be Spain or Portugal, this group, and then the other group is like France or something. But then that wouldn't check out again, because then that would leave us with like this set, which we know is incorrect. Oh yeah, thinking about that, by the way, I think maybe we should get one of the ones from this group. Like, I think A2 is probably incorrect, because this one just kind of has to be South Africa now, right? If we assume that that is the country that we have. But like, I think it could be that. And this one has to be there. And this one, I guess, is also there now. Which, yeah, that's what I thought initially, because I thought this wasn't Europe. Yeah, so we're assuming that this one is incorrect, but I think these kind of chevrons are also wrong for Spain, right? Because Spain uses blue and white. Like, the red and white made me think that this kind of has to be South Africa for sure. And also like the soil color and the vegetation and the lands, you know, kind of everything about it. So which one do I think? I mean, we could try this group and see how far off we are. But then, like, by process of elimination, this kind of has to go in the France group or something like that. And that's like never right. So that makes me think I want to take this one out and maybe group that with France or whatever the other country is, and then maybe, you know, like, the thing is we still need another location for this group, right? And like, by process of elimination, It kind of has to be like this one, honestly. Because it's never this. And it's never this. Surely it's never this, right? I'm trying to spot the license, the steering wheels. Like, what if this is South Africa? But this is never there, is it? Or could it be? Because we need a fourth location. And there's only so many it can be. I still think this is probably Portugal or Spain or something like that. But it's so hard to say. Maybe it is this. That would be wild, because then I still don't see how this would be in the other group. So maybe like, maybe this one is wrong. And this is like, I don't know, brand new French Guiana coverage or something. But no, this kind of has to be in that group, right? Maybe this is bait? Maybe this is Spain? And the sign is bait? I mean, this could low-key be US, but like... That's not enough US in here. Like, how is this US? And also US wouldn't have these like red and white chevrons. Maybe this is Turkey or some nonsense, I don't know. But like, we don't have Turkey. Unless... I mean, there is a universe where we might have it, to be honest. I'm gonna try this. 2 away. Okay, that is fascinating. I'll write this down. So we have C2, D2, A3, and D3. Which is 2 away. And we also know that C2 and D2 together with A2 and A4 are also 2 away. So that makes me think that like C2 and D2 are the same group, but that could be wrong. Okay, this is becoming more complicated than expected. What if in some universe this is Turkey? I don't think that's possible, but let's like entertain that thought. Then this might be there maybe, but I think that is extremely unlikely. Yeah, that's not happening. I'm sorry, that's not happening. Okay, so let's stick to the Spain thought for this one, Spain or Portugal. Did I send something for that? Because I don't think I did, because I played around with that. Yeah, I thought something like this maybe. Have I ever tried b3 with the other group? I have not. This is so wrong, man. If the Sunday puzzle is what I think it is, then this is like a million times more difficult. I'm gonna try this. I think it's at 2 away. 1 away. Okay, let's write it down again. B2, B3, D4 and A4 are 1 away. So which one out of these do we think is wrong? I think it's either B3 or A4, presumably. But the issue is, I think they can be swapped with like any of these. I was actually thinking about C3 potentially. Because I think this kind of like do not enter sign on the tree reminds me of Spain, but like I have no proof for that. Like I cannot explain why. This is like my subconscious talking. But I think like the thickness of this sign also kind of reminds me of it. Then again, like this would have to be like very far north, presumably. But we're obviously not in the Pyrenees. But I mean, just because it's not super warm looking doesn't mean that it can't be Spain, right? So I think I might want to try that one. But which one do I get rid of then? Maybe I get rid of B3. Because I haven't really tried B3 with the rest yet. So maybe there is a universe where this is in the other group. I'm going to try this. Let's hope it's 1 away. It is 1 away. Okay, this can mean 2 things. It can mean that B2, D3, and A4 are definitely together, and B3 and C3 are both incorrect. Or it can mean that out of these 5 locations, 4 of them are correct, including B3 and C3, and then one of the other ones was wrong. But in any case, we're going to write it down. B2, C3, oh, I also wrote down the wrong thing again. I think I wrote down D4 when I meant D3. Yeah, we're gonna change that. D3 and A4 is also 1 away. Okay. So what is the leading theory here? This one, like, what I don't like about B3 is that it's very nondescript. Like, I can't really see anything. I can kind of see what the landscape looks like. Like, it was almost like a little volcanic looking, which is why I thought of the Canaries or something. But yeah, I can't really see what the buildings look like. I don't know what this town looks like, right? I can't really see. Realistically, all I'm getting here is a fence, a stone wall, and yeah, some trees or bushes. And the ocean. We know that we are not landlocked unless this is a giant lake. Yeah, which means that this one I'm not positive about. But it could be right. I had to check my notes again, in case I was talking nonsense again, which I do quite often. I think there is a universe where I think C3 is probably not right. I think, like, theoretically, what about A2? We know that A2 is not in the other group. What if there is like a US group in here? Another thing I gotta do is I gotta like separate my notes here. Oh, everything changed because the locations got shuffled after I sent them Mexico. I'm trying to figure out which locations were notes for Mexico and which were not. I think only the first two were. I think so. Yeah. Yeah, that's important to keep in mind because everything changes once you shuffle things. That also makes the notes kind of useless at some point. Like, I kind of wish the locations just had an ID that never changed. All right. Should I maybe try and get the other European country? Which I think could be France, but it could be something else entirely. Like, let's say this is a group, maybe. It could be. This could be Spain, honestly. I think with these, like, rock walls, this, like, could be there. Kind of reminds me of that. This one, I think, is unlikely. These ones are probably together. Also, you would think. Maybe not. You know what? I'm just gonna try this and see what happens. That is one way also. Okay. Let's write it down. C3, B4, C4, and D4 are one away. So which one out of these do we think is wrong? I think it might be B4. I think B4 might be in the other group. So that means we need to get one from this group? No, that's not what that means. Maybe we try this. Because this also needs to go somewhere, because apparently this is not in the other group. Do I try that? And it could theoretically be A4. It could theoretically be B2. I don't know, man. I think this one is not that likely, though, if it is France, which I'm not even positive about. Like, nothing here screams France to me. This one I'm not positive about is actually Europe. I think there is a small chance this is not Europe. I'm gonna try this just for the heck of it. 2 away now. Okay, that's good knowledge. So let's say C3, C4, D4, and A3 are 2 away, which means that we should assume that well, 2 out of these 3 are definitely right, but one of them is wrong, which also means that this one was right, and we just need to get rid of one of these, which I think might be D4, to be honest. So let's say we get rid of D4, and then maybe Maybe a4, because that needs to go somewhere. One away still. Okay. We could just swap it with a different one and see what happens, just to check if the other three are correct. What do I want to write down? I guess I should have the answer in my notes already, but it's getting a little bit confusing, unfortunately. Because like I'm writing down the same locations like above each other. But it's still kind of confusing. Because I'm like randomly adding the other ones in like the empty space. So it's not as systematic as I would like it to be. So let's say a4 is wrong. I mean, we have options. It could be b2. It could be b3. Did we try that with b3 already? We did not. But I think b2 is more likely, to be honest. Especially because with the other group, we were also just one away, I think. Like b2, c3, d3, a4. What is that? b2 is that. c3 is also in this group now, though. So wait a second. So we had c3, d3, and a4 together with b2, and that was one away. And we're thinking that c3 is in this group now. So I think we shouldn't touch b2. But where does that leave us? Or it means that c3 was incorrect all along in the other set, which honestly it might have been. Well, actually the other set was one away with c3, but it was also one away with b3. Maybe that means that we should select b3 this time. There you go. That is the power of taking notes. Because this is like the kind of thing that I always try to do in my head, but it gets so confusing. Because like I've tried what, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different things, and I think that was one thing that I didn't write down. So I think I'm at 11 mistakes right now. Okay, so what is the country? Can it be France? Where in France would this be? Corsica? Can it be Spain? Yes. Is that like a no hunting sign or what? Like, I'm trying to figure out the purpose behind that. I think if it is a no hunting sign, it reminds me most of Portugal. Maybe that is what it is. But then, like, I guess this can be Portugal. I still think France is what I'm thinking of here. Because it doesn't really look like Portugal to me. I think it could be Spain. But I still think that the other country could be Spain. Unless this is Portugal. In which case, well, tough luck. I just can't decide whether this is Canaries or Azores. I mean, the buildings are obviously more Portuguese. I guess this one could be Portugal, but it could also be Spain. This one could be either. Like, if we have Spain and Portugal, that would be kind of devilish. But then also, I don't even know what the other one would be. Like, what is the fourth location? Is it this? But then if it is that, that would leave us with, like, this group again. A2, C2, D2, A3. Which we know is also incorrect, right? Like, yeah, because that was, like, the first thing I tried. And we know that that is one away. And we also know that A2, C2, D2, A4 is 2 away. So, like, one of these needs to go in the other group. Oh, yeah, one of, like, either A2 or, like, C2. What if C2 is, like... I don't even know. What if this is, like, a crazy Spain or Portugal? Like, imagine. I think that's very unlikely. But, I mean, okay. Let's worry about this country first. I think it's like a toss-up between all of the Mediterranean countries. This is not in that group. This one reminds me most of France. I think France or Spain on this one. Let's find like the common denominator. This one I might go Spain or Portugal on. This one I might go France or Spain on. This one I might go like France or Spain on. This one I might go France on, or yeah. Do I send France or Spain? What do I like more? Like, I think if this is France, it kind of has to be, I don't know, Corsica. There's an island over there, isn't there? What's that? A cloud. It might be land, but it's hard to say. Okay. Which one do I like better? I think I might want to try... I think I'm gonna try France first, just because I think this one would be a bit atypical for Spain. I'm gonna try France. I don't like guessing like that, man. It's unlucky. But yeah, okay, makes sense. I should have probably guessed Italy before Portugal, but yeah, that one was a bit nondescript IMO. I mean, that's tough to say. I blame Terminus. I still think, no, this is not easier than the snow one, but like, with this one, like, I have more of an idea. Is that true? With the snow puzzle, I did have like an idea of what was going on. I don't know. The snow puzzle has to be easier. Listen, the snow challenge was impossible for me. The daily challenge. We're not going to talk about that one. Alright. So, that means all of these nodes are completely useless now because everything has changed again, which is just lovely. I guess maybe I should also use the tile notation because of that. But yeah, like, what I do remember is that, like, we had these 4 together, and that was 1 away. And then we had... I swapped one of them for this one, right? I think I kept this one, honestly. Okay, there has to be a Europe in here, right? This is certainly there. This one might be the odd one out. Maybe this one is like South Africa, which would be kind of wild. What if this one is Europe? I mean, that would also be kind of wild. Like, I can see this being Portugal, because it looks like Brazil, right? So, I mean, That would be wild, though. I mean, with the trees, I can kind of see it. What? Let's say this one is the odd one out. That would be fascinating. What if this is a group? That would be stupid. But then would that even work? Because I think we were 2 away at some point. But the issue is that my notes don't work anymore. Because everything has changed. I'm gonna try this. Let's just see what happens. That is 1 away. You know, I'm beginning to think that we might actually have the US. Where's this? Texas. I just didn't think this kind of thing would be in the US. Everyone's gonna know it's Texas pavement or some nonsense. Alright. Well, that's certainly something. Brother, man. So this is Canaries, right? Yeah. Yeah, the sign. It's definitely Spain. This is fascinating. How is this Spain? Catalonia? How is this Spain? I mean, now it looks like Spain. This is Spain? Was I able to see that poll? Hang on. No. Okay. Because I swear if this poll was on my screen the entire time, then I might have to delete my channel. Yeah, that's fascinating. Galicia. Okay. Interesting. Where's this? Like Sicily, probably? Campania. Okay. Wow. Is that what state is this? Is this like, I mean, this could honestly be Texas or Louisiana. Texas, yep. Yep, like coastal Texas. This what? Also Texas? California. Wow. Yeah, it's like a US style sign, but I thought they might also have that. I mean, I'm pretty sure they have these in Australia too. I wasn't positive about South Africa. So that's why I was thinking this entire time, like, could this actually be South Africa? Because I'm pretty sure the sign would exist in Australia, which is why I think Australia was my first thought here. But then I looked at the other ones and I was like, you know what, maybe we have a South Africa. I should have just assumed that it is a US sign. Like, I've never seen a sign like this that says end, but like this style, I think, is like definitely very American. But I think it's not exclusive to the US, so I was like... And this one just made me doubt that it was the US. But yeah, it is definitely an option. Wow. That's certainly something. So I was right when I was doubting that this was Europe, because I was saying this entire time, like, if there is one location out of the potential Europes that I think might not be Europe, it's this one, and it is right. Where is this? This is not Texas. Washington. Yeah, that makes more sense. All right, fascinating. Anyway, end of the road. 20 seconds per round. Okay. New Zealand? No. Scotland? Yes. Dude, the lag. Oh my god. Is it Scotland? Yeah. How far north do you go? Find a body of water that lines up. This maybe. Yeah, I'll just leave it there. My other thought was better. Well, that is unlucky. I'm gonna refresh because it's getting very laggy. Chile, presumably, maybe. Yes, Bolivia, Chile, Peru. I'm gonna hedge, maybe. I think Chile wouldn't be as hilly, maybe. Maybe you go Peru then. Hedge Chile. No, it is Peru. It is Peru. I was right. I should have left it in Peru. I was kind of worried. Unlucky. What is this? What is this? Hang on. New Zealand? No. Argentina? Yes. Like down here somewhere. Could honestly Loki just be like Ushuaia? Is there a road there? No. Yes. No, dude. I wanted to go Ushuaia, dude. I was looking at this, and there was no road there. But then I was thinking we could be looking at Chile, dude. I was so close to switching. If I had like 2 more seconds, I would have switched. I mean, at least the country streak lives on, right? But man. Okay, US, Utah. We just need to find Utah 148. That can't be that hard, right? Probably somewhere in here. Utah 148, show yourself. I don't think it's here, I'll be honest. Okay, it is south. I was thinking this, like, the ski resort would be south, or like wherever it is, like it gets snowy, but I mean, unlucky. What is this? Oh no. This is New Zealand, right? Finally. Yes. Right? North Island, South Island? I think it looks more like North Island, but I don't know. The fence probably tells you. Do I switch? Do I switch? I think I might leave it in North Island. It is North Island. Wait, there are more rounds. Why is it 10 rounds? I thought... No, I'm gonna fold now. Is it Colo? Could it be Colo? Is it like Philippines? Hang on. Mariposa, what does that mean? I think I want to leave it in Colombia. Don't be Philippines. Costa Rica, I mean, I'm fine with that. Chile? Right? Crazy mountain south, like do you go Temuco or where do you go? Oh, they are east. Never mind, I just completely misread it. Go somewhere there. It's kind of hard to say. Oh, it's way more north. Why is it so north? Just click Santiago, man. Hang on. What am I looking at? I don't know. What am I looking at? I need to guess. I need to make a guess. Hang on. What is it? Is it like... I don't know what it is. Panic click. What is it? It's not that. It's like India. No! Dude, I clicked that last second. Did you see that? I clicked on like somewhere between like Tamil Nadu and Sri Lanka, like panic click, because I realized it was Sri Lanka. Dude, I needed more time, man. Okay, bro, like, that's so unlucky, man. I want a 22-second challenge next, please. I'm kind of locked in though right now. Am I locked in? Do I go Mirny? Do I go Liensk? I don't know. I'm gonna leave it in Mirny, I think. Good that I stayed there. Is this Hawaii? I'm gonna go Hawaii on Idaho. Oh no. Oh no, don't tell me I'm going Hawaii on Idaho. Please don't tell me I'm going Hawaii. This is like Craters of the Moon, right? Oh no. Don't be Idaho. Okay. I didn't know what island it was. Is it just the lattice? It is the lattice, because it reminded me of the lattice, but like, it looked kind of weird, because like the lattice coverage that I've seen was Gen 4. Unlucky, man. Dude, I needed like 2 more seconds on the Sri Lanka. Bro, I just needed 2 more seconds on the Sri Lanka, man. I just needed 2 more seconds, man. Dude. Even 1 more second I think would have been enough. I swear to God, I clicked like the moment the time ran out. How many points would I have gotten? Yeah, I think I would be sitting at like 41k right now. Ah, that is so unlucky, man. And also the Ushuaia, man. I was so close to switching. With like 1 more second, like I saw this. There's no road there. And then I looked at this. I realized there could be a road there. If I had like 2 more seconds, man. God damn it. Okay. Yeah, unlucky. Anyway, the video is probably very long, an hour. Sure. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow.